Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel we're providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this, this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategic or compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses, so for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at MMTLP and the next plan for a resolution. We're also going to be looking at MULN, Mullen Automotive, and there has been some significant breaking news, so stay tuned for that. Before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first headline here from CNBC, the Dow Jones has just closed more than 300 points down on hot jobs data, raising fears of a Fed rate hike. So in terms of the prediction for a Fed rate hike, if we look here, the market is currently pricing in an estimated 92.4% chance of Jerome Powell and the Fed raising interest rates by approximately 0.25% at the next FOMC meeting. And this is based on concerns with regard to inflation not coming down as expected fast enough. So and in other significant news today, we can see here that there was some breaking news with regard to Twitter, and Twitter is currently now threatening to sue Facebook or Meta over its new Twitter clone known as Threads, and there has been a significant take-up of Threads in response to competition for Twitter. So again, that's going to be very interesting, so we will stay tuned for that. Let's start by having a look at MMTLP. So shout out here to Mark Basile, who's posted earlier today. First, MMAT is the issuer because the MMTLP ticker was applied to the series preferred shares. However, MetaMaterials did not agree to this or authorize this, and that has been confirmed by John Berda and has been confirmed by Judge Palikaros. Anybody saying otherwise is spreading FUD. That's how securities work. So the stock can only come from the company that's authorized to issue it. Whoever got it trading is another whole story. So yes, that is correct, and we know that Huckleberry did uncover a breach of rules there, potentially implicating FINRA, and we are going to wait for an update on that pending sharing of that information in the next court action. So in the follow-up tweet, what Mark has also stated here, new issue on the lookout for is how did MMTLP trading affect MMAT trading? So the two are going to be interlinked in terms of the backgrounds. Do the funders that funded MMAT 3 times in the last 18 months have any connection to trading MMTLP? Did their brokers add market makers to trade MMTLP? Was it look over here at MMTLP, when are they going to be shorting MMAT along? So is it all part of a pre-plan? And in terms of a potential resolution, what Mark is saying at the bottom here, any of the companies that saying, look, sue the unregistered dealer brokers. We could, if we sue the unregistered dealer brokers, we would quickly get a resolution based on case law that we have already established. And the key advantage of suing the broker dealers, there is certainly no defense of immunity or absolute immunity. Let's now have a look at the latest developments with regard to MULN, Mullen Automotive. So what the company posted earlier today is the Mullen Automotive are announcing a $25 million stock buyback program authorized through December the 31st, 2023. The company believes stock is significantly undervalued and is trading at a significant discount to the current cash position of approximately $235 million. So I do give credit to the company for fighting back and actually providing a response to some of the investors, or should we say every single investor who has been asking for this. And in the previous video we also covered Mullen's response to the potential of naked short attacks on the company. So if we have a look at the next headline from the company website here, it says Mullen Automotive announces a $25 million stock buyback program. So in terms of the details of this, what we can see is the finer details of this is basically from until December the 31st, 2023, purchase of $25 million of shares of outstanding common stock. So the market generally responds positively to these kind of announcements, and this is generally bullish for the stock. So the shares may be purchased from time to time in the open market or privately negotiated transactions depending upon market conditions. So this is going to be more of a problem for shorts, because what's going to happen is the company have stated here that they're not going to say when the buyback is going to happen. It could be any time, it could be when they least expect it. So it is kind of keeping the shorts on guard. So I think that's a good strategy from the company. So it's going to be in accordance with applicable regulations from the SEC. So we're going to comply with all the regulations. Authorization of the stock buyback program does not obligate the company to purchase any shares and may be terminated or amended by the board at any time prior to its expiration date. So what that is basically saying is contractually and legally this does not have to happen, but they are announcing that it's going to happen. So obviously that means they could withdraw this, but they have made a statement. So again, another method of keeping especially the shorts on guard again. So quotation here from David Mitchery, the CEO. He stated, "We are initiating this buyback program as an attractive opportunity to deploy capital and return value to our shareholders." I am pleased that David is speaking up now, because he has, in my opinion, stayed silent a little bit too long, and it is something that he needed to do to communicate with the shareholders, because that is a significant criticism, and I think it's a valid criticism of David, and he needs to communicate much more. As far as shareholders are concerned, everybody out there, they have sat on the sidelines. They've waited for David to communicate. They waited for David to fight back. They have waited for him to announce some kind of strategy on naked short selling, and hopefully this looks like this is the first step of many more to come. Let's now have a look at how the market has reacted. So we'll start with the one-day chart for MULN. We can see right now, I think it did close at 22 cents, but at time of editing, it was up in excess of 27.5%. But if we focus on the 5-day chart here, we can see prior to the 5th of July 2023, it was on a general downward trend, and it was trading around about the 10 cents mark. So if we have a look at the spike after the 5th of July, we can see here on the 6th of July, which is today, it went in excess of 30 cents. So from the low of 20, so from the low of around about 10 cents just a couple of days ago, we could see there was a potential there for a 200% return. So over the previous 5 days, it's up in excess of 82%. So certainly we do hope that this trend continues. However, if we take into account the reverse split, again, it's definitely not trading at where it should be. So in terms of the strategy used by the company, I think they have stated in the previous video, what we covered was company have stated that they have found evidence of manipulation in the market, manipulation in trading, and that is based on information from Share Intel. So they are now obviously taken on board Wes Christian and his law firm, and certainly this news today is also bullish and good news for Mullen Automotive. However, I think in the medium to long term, there's much more to go, and a lot more recovery is needed in the share price for it to recover. Finally, if you'd like to take part in live trading discussions and also get a copy of our weekly watch list as well as our daily stock alerts, and join us in the challenge, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.